Dating is nearly impossible because women make it impossible. And let us just be 100%. We live in a culture where women really think saying I am the table is an appropriate answer to what do you bring to the table.
I am the table. I am the table. I am the table. I am.
Big up yourself, YouTube. I came across this clip titled Why Dating Today is Nearly Impossible. Let us listen.
Why dating today is nearly impossible. Wow, there's so many reasons. And I'm gonna start off with one that I feel like I've been experiencing a lot lately. And I've spoke to women and they're giving me the same reason from their point of view. I like to see like what's happening on both sides. So one of the main reasons I feel like a lot of people are being nonchalant. Like a lot of people, men and women, are acting like they don't care, like they don't have a heart, they don't have feelings. Like they have this sort of nonchalant, like careless energy about them. And that's one of the main reasons that makes dating hard. Because on both sides, you don't want to be speaking to somebody that you feel like don't care whether y'all speak or not. Don't care whether y'all see each other or not. Don't care whether y'all connect or not. It's just a lot of carelessness on both sides. It's like people have now shifted towards having feelings is uncool. Like showing somebody you like them, telling them you like them, telling them you want to see them, telling them you want to be around them, telling them you miss them, telling them you like them. Like all of that is uncool these days. Everyone's afraid to show feelings, to show vulnerability, to show that they're actually into someone. Like it's all like a game now. It's literally all a game on both sides. Everyone's playing games. Nobody knows who's real, who's genuine, who's actually trying to connect, who's actually trying to build something. You know, it's a lot of trust issues on both sides because of what both sides have dealt with in life, men and women. I think a lot of people are just uninterested now in dating, and they let their experiences affect how they go about meeting people, you know, in the future, where they just...
All right, so I made him, voice his opinion, and which to some extent I will agree. However, I think we need to dissect the why behind it. Men were always the ones that was putting in the effort and was, planning the dates, initiating, approaching, opening the doors, buying the flowers, all these things. And then once men realize that they're not getting anything in return, they're like, oh, okay.
Get to the chopper!
Yes, though I agree with him that on both sides, it's like people are being nonchalant. Let's dissect the why. And it's because dating has been one-sided for so long. And if you want to come over here and call me a pick-me, answer me this question. What is the equivalent to a man buying a woman flowers? What is the equivalent to a man paying for the date? What does a woman reciprocate when a man pays for the date? And we'll see why dating is nearly impossible now. Women kill it. It's the unfortunate truth. But let him continue.
just act really disinterested. Like they just don't want to be there. They just don't want to be a part of it. It's like a trend now to be careless, to act like you don't care about nothing, act like you don't need nobody. I think men.
I don't
need
think
women,
it's acting.
and women need men. It is what it is, man. There's nothing wrong with both sides needing each other. There's nothing wrong with telling somebody you miss them, telling somebody you want them, telling somebody you want to be around them, telling somebody you want to make time for them. You know, everybody's acting like they so busy, or like they don't see your texts, they don't call you back, text you back. I'm letting y'all know right now, if someone's not communicating with you, they're not texting back, they're not calling, it's 2024. People are definitely on their phones. People have definitely seen your call. They definitely seen your text. Some people just don't like you, and it's okay. There's no need for you to argue with them. There's no need for you to ask for an explanation. There's no need for you to be confused. If they don't call, don't text, don't show up when y'all supposed to meet up, they flake on you, they're not mentioning seeing you, none of that, move on. There's plenty of people in the world who want to be around you, who want to see you, who will be vulnerable, who will tell you how they feel, tell you they want to see you, tell you they want to be around you, tell you they like you, tell you they're interested in you, tell you they want to get to know you, ask you questions about yourself, and actually show. There's plenty of people that will actually do that, but you have to give that energy as well. You can't expect to get that energy from somebody if you're not giving that energy. It should be very mutual.
I was waiting for him to address that part, because women for years have been given advice to not put too much energy in the dating phase, not put too much energy. You know, Steve Harvey's stupid book, Think Like a Man, act, whatever the book is, right? There have been dating advice after dating advice for women to act as if we are not interested, act as if you're busy. The more you act like you're busy and the more you act like you have options is the more he's going to do. These are dating advice that women get for years. And then now men are finally adjusting to it. Men are finally saying, oh, bet, okay. And then now women want a ball that men aren't approaching anymore. Again, as I said earlier, without addressing the why, we'll never get to a solution. We'll never get to it. And I honestly feel like a lot of these people aren't highlighting and calling out women who don't want to reciprocate. They honestly think that it's enough for them to come to the relationship and the dating market as is. I have spoken to countless women in my personal life who really have that mindset that it is okay to come to the dating market just as is and not reciprocate. And then let's not even mention the millions of videos they have on TikTok. And then also added onto that, men voicing their experience on the dating market. So this is not something we're making up. Again, if we don't address the issue, we don't address the cause, but we're going to focus on the effect. No. But let him continue.
Doing it at the exact same time, simultaneously. You should both be doing it to each other at the same time. Don't sit back and wait for another person to show a certain energy. That's another issue with dating. A lot of people are sitting back waiting for the other person to show this and show that. But how are they going to show that if you're not being that energy? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just showing up and just being there and feeling like that's enough, or how you look is enough, how do you expect somebody to really genuinely want to be around you, want to connect with you, or want to get to know you more, or let alone like you or love you or want to date you? Like, I don't know how you expect that if you're not putting forth any kind of effort or showing any kind of personality. I know at first you might be shy or nervous or whatever, but you have to realize, like, you have to show something to be liked, to be pursued, to be valued, or to be desired. You have to show some kind of personality, some kind of energy, some kind of soul to somebody for them to want to be connected to you or want to connect with you more. You can't just be careless. Like, that's not cool. I don't know why that's a trend. I don't know why that's going on, but it's not cool at all to act careless, to act nonchalant, act like you don't need nobody, act like you don't want to talk to nobody. Like, there's nothing wrong with having feelings, man. These days, that's
Okay, wait.
a strength. To have feelings and to show it in this day and age is a strength. It's not a weakness. And a lot of people will take you for granted and will try to play you just because you're someone who show feelings and show emotion. Like, they'll try to play with you because you have a big heart. But that don't mean we should stop being those people. We should just be very careful on who we be that way with. And if we are initially starting off that way and someone acts like they doesn't appreciate it or they're not reciprocating the same energy, cut them off immediately. You have to know your
100%.
worth. You have to respect yourself. And to really know your worth and really respect yourself, as soon as somebody start showing you an energy that you're confused about, you don't really know, it's uneasy, it's stressful, 100%. It's drama, it's not adult communication, it's not emotional maturity, cut them off completely. Don't explain nothing. Don't ask them nothing. People are adults and they know exactly what they're doing. And if they don't, that's even worse. Basic communication.
And as soon as she says, I am the table.
I am the table. I am the table. I am the table. I am.
Cut her off immediately.
Communication, basic emotional maturity, basic communication skills, basic vulnerability should just be a given in connecting with somebody. And if they don't have it, they just don't have it. And you should just move on, save yourself the stress, save yourself the time, and you will go through like less talking stages. You will go through less wasted time just knowing exactly what you want. And if you don't see it, cut them off immediately. Don't
if it's not getting
reciprocated. None of that. It's a billion.
Listen, if planning the first date, if planning the first date is like pulling teeth, sucking salt out a wooden spoon, if you're like, oh, let's go on a coffee date, and she's like, I only do $200 dates, and those things. And here's why I'm emphasizing this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there ain't no dusties out there. I'm not saying that there ain't no extremely feminine men. You know, I've shared stories about these feminine energy men. I'm not saying that they don't exist. However, when the conversation about dating and relationships comes up, it's always emphasizing the men at fault. It's emphasizing when men don't do this, men don't do that. And little to no attention is put on how selfish women are, thinking that you're going to come to a relationship thinking you are the table when asked what you bring to the table, thinking that you don't have to reciprocate, thinking that this man don't know you from Adams, but he's supposed to spend at least $200 on you without at least going on a coffee date first.
Man, this is some bullshit.
All of those things highlight that, there is pee in the dating pool, and women are the majority of the ones that's peeing in it. But as I said, I'm not saying that there aren't men out there who are also peeing in the dating pool. However, why are we so focused on the men and not also calling a spade and keeping it equal to call out these women too? And also, wait, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just bringing up different perspective to his video. I think he's making valid points so far.
People in the world, more than a billion people, but I'm gonna just say a billion because that's a lot. There's plenty of people who are on your level as far as all of those qualities. There's plenty of people who are on your spiritual level, who are on your mental level, and those are the people you need to find. And anybody else, they're just taking up space. They're wasting your time, and they're in a way of you actually meeting those people you can really connect with. If you're dealing with somebody right now, they're not communicating well, they don't respond back, they're not meeting up with you, making time for you, making you some kind of a priority in their life, move on. They simply don't like you, and it's okay. None of us are everybody's type. None of us are attracted to everybody. None of us will be desired by everybody. It is what it is. There's a large amount of people who would love us, who would desire us, who would want to be around us, who would communicate well, who would do all of the things we want. And then there's a lot of people who just won't do it. Some people just don't like us. They like the idea of you. They like the attention you give them. They like what you make them feel, but they have no intention on giving any of that energy back to you. And you need to cut them off. You need to know your worth, have self-respect. It is a lonely road, but you have to be okay with being lonely in order to respect yourself and have boundaries and stand on it, and don't change it for no one. Don't make no exceptions. You should know exactly what you want and exactly what you don't want, and don't accept anything less. And
this is why I support the passport movement and men save yourself black men movement, because those men decided, okay, we're not going to deal with this crap. No, we're not going to settle for less. We're not going to tolerate the disrespect that a lot of modern women have, and the simple fact that these women aren't even willing, they're not even willing to compromise and to reciprocate. I respect men who are like, okay, bye.
Stand by that 10 toes down and don't change it for no one, or else you're going to keep repeating the same cycles over and over in dating. And those are a lot of the reasons why dating today is nearly impossible. A lot of people are playing games, mind games. Everybody trying to act like, oh, who can care less, more, who can show the less emotion. People don't want to put forth any effort. They're afraid. A lot of people need to heal. All of us. I think we all can benefit from therapy. A lot of us need to heal. A lot of us need to self-reflect and try to improve as a person after every talking stage, after every relationship, after everything. You should be trying to be better every day. All of us can take accountability and try to grow as people and become better and become more mature. But it's just a whole lot of games. Social media has gave us this false reality that we have an unlimited amount of options, which they didn't have back in the day. It's actually very unnormal and unhealthy to even believe that. A lot of people aren't replaceable.
That part.
Whether you believe it or not.
Social media and dating apps make people think they have a lot more options than they actually do.
And it just gives us this false reality of options and a whole lot of other things. Just a false reality of always searching for the next best thing, or like thinking that something is going to be better. Like, yes, you will meet people who will treat you better than people who have done you wrong. But I'm just saying everybody is not replaceable. And, when you're focused on somebody, when you're connected with somebody, you should try to lock in and focus on that person to see if it work out. Of course, it's not working out if you're focused on her, him, messing with him, and him, messing with her and her. Like, you're never going to really be able to lock in and focus on one girl or one guy and see if you really connect with that person, no matter what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You do it for you. You communicate and you state what you want, what you don't want, what you allow, and what you don't allow, and you stand by it. And I feel like that'll make dating a lot easier in today's age. And be more outgoing. Talk to more people. Figure out what you like. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Ladies, you don't have to necessarily shoot your shot, but you can smile, say hey, say hello, give a small compliment.
That choosing signal.
You shouldn't be afraid to approach women. If you ever see a woman that you like, you should approach them immediately. It's better than just having that feeling of like, oh man, I never said nothing and I thought that girl was really pretty or interesting or she had a nice style or whatever. Like, We need to connect more. That's another reason why dating today is nearly impossible. A lot of people are just really disconnected. It's so crazy how we're so connected on social media, but at the same time, we're very disconnected. Like, it makes no sense. A lot of people are disconnected and don't actually want to communicate with each other. Like, when you go out, people aren't even talking and dancing no more. Like, they talk and dance with the people they came with, but it's like outside of that, a lot of people aren't trying to connect with new people and meet new people. I feel like people should be more open and just try to talk to people, man. This is one life we get. It's a very short life. You'll be lucky to live to 100 years old, and we should get the most out of it and get exactly what we want and get rid of exactly what we don't want. And those are some reasons why dating today is nearly impossible. I go by the name of LOCO. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
All right, and of course, as always, I will put the the full video in the description box so you guys can go check him out and show him some love. As I said, I think he did make some valid points. I agree with everything he said. However, dating is nearly impossible because women make it impossible. And let us just be 100%. We live in a culture where women really think saying "I am the table" is an appropriate answer to what do you bring to the table.
Come on, man, you don't know better than that as a cool person. Come on, man.
Like, seriously. But y'all, as always, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Go check out this video of this 26-year-old single mom looking for a man to provide, but she plans on giving nothing in return. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.